Hi, welcome to Garden. Oh, there's a wasp. That's good. Welcome to my channel. I'm allergic to them, so they freak me out. Welcome to Garden Talk with Sally. Um, you can. Oh, I don't know why this bug is. Okay, that was really fun. That was not fun at all. Dang hornets! They're just mad at me because I've been spraying the crap out of them for the last couple of days. Anyway, I'm going to take you guys around today. For all those who watched me plant everything, I want to give you an update on what everything looks like. And yes, I'm dressed like an Eskimo because I have reaction to bugs as of lately. So I'm gonna got pants on, making sure nothing can eat me. So by the way, how's everyone's day? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And hi, Kyle. Hi, Freedom. Sorry, the bee scared me. And now I'm going to gather myself and my thoughts. And I'm going to show you what we've got because it's kind of exciting. So I'm going to turn my camera around. So bear with me for just 1 second. Hi, Fox. How are you? Hopefully you're having a great day. Hi, Kev. Yay, I got lots of fun people. So I'm going to turn this camera around real quick and we'll take you around and show you everything. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Sorry, it takes me a second on phone. I have to turn it this way to do it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys around and hopefully you're going to be able to see. I wish this allowed me to zoom in, but it doesn't. Oh, just a half day? That's awesome. By the way, your cats are so stinking cute. All right, guys. I'm going to take you around. So I don't know if you guys remember when I said there was a bunch of flowers that were seeds or they look like weeds, but they were going to be flowers. These are like a velvety looking flower. I don't know if you can see up close. But this started out as 3 plants in the wild. And look at how that I planted from seed. And look at how many plants they are. And they get all big and bushy. There's some yellow ones, some dark purple ones, and some bright pink ones. So they're looking pretty cool. And some more of these burgundy colors. Let's see if I can get close. Can you see those flowers in there? Lots. And I have them because, as you can see, they attract lots of bugs like bees and stuff, which pollinate my flowers. Yes, every year you'll get better at your garden. It takes practice. No one has all the right answers. Everyone's environment is different. You just have to learn how to do it. So this was my 3 sisters corn over here. I don't know if you can see, if you remember. This is different than what I've done. I did mounds of it. Down below, you can see there's a squash plant. I actually picked 2 big squash today from these plants. So I planted them in half of them to see how they would go. That one over there in this corner, that's a cucumber, and that one is not doing as well. I did add some better soil to it to see if it helps out. But these things, oh, you can see a little tiny baby squash growing down there. Can you see it? There we go, little baby squash. But anyway, the geese ate these 2 times, and they've come back really good. So there's that. And right here, see, that is a watermelon plant. And that actually grew wild from seed that was just dumped out here. So it's in a really weird spot, but I chose to leave it. I think this is a sugar baby. Can you see how let's see if we can get the camera on there good. Nice and green. There's a tiny leaf right there. That's called the spoon. Can you see that? When that falls off, and this stem right here, can you see that stem right there that I'm holding up? When that turns brown and that spoon is off, that means the watermelon is ready to be picked. So once they start growing like this, then you need to start keeping an eye on it because that's when you know it's ready to pick. And then you can see those little lines in there. Those are different bugs. Those are people that are like, oh, those lines, I don't want to get that. That means they're sweet. Usually the bees and the insects eat them because they're sweet. At least that's what I was told. It could be a myth. Okay, so for all you guys, The beginning when we did the raspberry bush. Yes, there's my pool I hang out in the backyard. So there's the raspberry bush that we transplanted all of these seedlings last year. See all those? And there's more of those plants. So I leave flowers. Yes, them are Sally melons. Hi, Dark Coleman, how are you? They're just the right size. So those are the raspberries, and this is the best part, is you can just come out here and you just pick. Ooh, grasshopper. This is why I have clothes on. So just pick these right off because I don't put any poison on here. I don't have to wash anything, so I can just eat these raspberries as an afternoon snack right off the vine. And what happens, can you see when I pick this? See that? So when I pick that off, can you see how there's still that little fruit underneath it? Oops. If I pick them right off, then another one will take its place, right? But on these other ones where I didn't pick in time, let's see. I don't know if I can get a good light on that. Sorry, I'm not used to this camera yet with this app. Okay, you see how that's dead? Now another raspberry is not going to grow there. So as long as you keep your raspberries picked, they'll keep producing. That's a long day. You work so hard. All right, so over here, this is, trying to show you this the other night, but it was kind of hard because it was dark. So this is the watermelon patch that we've got here. And like I said, I've got snapdragons in here, got some pansies. These are all watermelons through here. So these are a different type of watermelon because I planted the sugar babies and then the Colorado rattlesnake. And I like the Colorado rattlesnake ones a lot better. Try to walk slow so I'll make you seasick. So the flowers kind of brighten up the garden, plus they attract bees. But as you can see, here's, where's my hand at? There we go. Here's a nice, good rattlesnake coming on. And you can see the spoon. So right there's the spoon, right? So it still has a ways to go. And that little stem next to it, when that turns all the way brown and is ready to fall off, that's when it'll be ready to pick. So it's probably got another, I'd say another 3 weeks before it's ready. So I've got, that one's there. Then I have a little baby melon right there. That one's really tiny. It's about, just about the size of my hand. And then this tomato plant here just grew wild, right? These just grew from seed. Ooh, there's a tomato ready to be picked right here. When tomatoes are, oh, that one was touching the ground. You can see that brown spot. When they're ready to pick, they'll just fall right off the vine like that. That's how you know they're red, but you have to struggle to get them off. They're not quite ready to be picked. See over there? I don't know if you can see that one. See a little higher. Let's see, right. Trying to walk careful. See another little baby watermelon grown in there. So far there's 3. There's another one, 4. So 5. So far 5 watermelons, which I like when they come on all at different times. That way the watermelons don't go to waste. This here was a pumpkin plant and it got eaten by bugs. Ooh, there's a bunch more little watermelons. See, there's 2 more in there. There's 1, 2. What climate do you live in, Fox? I can't remember. There's ooh, there's 2 more big, huge ones. Oh, there's 3. I missed those. Holy crap, those are big. So I've got, ooh, that one's good sized. So this is, I showed you the before with my hand. So that's compared to my hand before. Kind of see. There's another one there. And there. So tell me what state that is. I forget. 3A, 4A. So that's not Minnesota, is it? Yeah, that's Minnesota. In my research, Minnesota watermelons don't do well in Minnesota typically because I think it was 180 days of growing season with temperatures that at nighttime are above 70 degrees and heat during the daytime above 80. So Minnesota, you can keep trying to grow them. Maybe start them inside, but you have to have nights that are longer than that. So there's a couple more little babies. And then we have another. So I have a couple wild ones that grew. And if I'm speaking too fast, tell me to slow down. Did you start your seeds inside? Oh yeah. So if you do watermelons in Minnesota, I would try to start them inside first and then plant them outside. So give them a head start inside. So there's another sugar baby. Maybe they'll be better the second year. I didn't like the first year of them. They just weren't that, like being sugar baby, I would think they'd be sweet, but they weren't that sweet to me. Well, that's good luck. Like I said, you can read all the stuff on the internet you want. And they're like, oh, does it grow on the zone? So all you can do is try. And if you fail, then you just try again. So if I were in one of those states where the growing season isn't as long, I would just grow your seeds inside. And they're not that hard to do. So these are some snapdragons. You see, those are kind of cute. That they just grew wild. They come back every year. So I'll dig them up when they're tiny and just transplant them. So they bring lots of flowers. And so here I have, I don't know if you can see this here. This is my watermelon starting to encroach into my pepper plants. I'll explain that part in just 1 second. Yeah, as long as for watermelons, for me, I just want them to taste good. But okay, ADD moment. Focus, Sally. So watermelons are encroaching on my pepper field. If you can see, these are my peppers. But that's okay because peppers like to have the base shaded. So as these grow, they'll start covering the base of my peppers. And I might next year try to plant my watermelons even closer to my peppers. So sooner in the year, it's giving them more coverage. So they're kind of a companion plant. But this one was another wild one that grew. This one's growing from the big patch from over here. And then I have a wild one growing right in the middle of those snapdragons. And I'm not sure if it's going to do well or not. So we'll just see. So then we'll go through and show you the different peppers. They're looking rather amazing if you ask me. So this is my pepper patch. So I've got my basil here. And I've got all my spicy peppers on one side and all my non-spicy peppers on the other side, except for it looks like I missed one plant because I must have had it mislabeled. But what that does, it stops the bees from cross-pollinating. So if you plant them next to each other, the hot peppers make the not hot peppers hot, and the mild peppers make the hot peppers more mild. So if you like hot peppers, don't plant them next to each other. So these are some really good, I mean, these are the best my peppers have ever done. And so what I did differently this year is I planted a fish in each hole with some coffee grains and some eggshells and some Epsom salt in each hole. I've always done it with my tomatoes, but I've never done it with my peppers. And this year I decided to try it, and they are so much bigger than they've ever been. Like, just the actual fruit on them is bigger. Right here is can you see those? How cool those look? Those are habanero right there. They're all looking really good. It's ready to come out here and pick some. There's just like tons and tons and tons of fruit on here. See all those? Those are some more peppers. Sorry if my camera's shaky, guys. And these are serranos. Those are really hot peppers, and I like to put them in my salsa. I'm the only one who likes my salsa hot. Carolina, yes, I have Carolina peppers. Let's see where they're at. Yeah, Epsom salt. Some people say not to use Epsom salt. And I've tried with Epsom salt and without Epsom salt. And Epsom salt mimics rainwater, so it's magnesium sulfate. And so just adds a micronutrient that they need. It also has some potassium. If you have really alkali, if you have alkali soil, sometimes they say that it will make it more alkaline, so don't use it. I haven't had any issues with it. You do 1 tablespoon per 1 gallon of water. And I just dump it in the hole instead of a root starter. So these ones are, see, the peppers are looking really good. About ready to be picked. I have picked some peppers for my neighbors, but see this one right here? See how it's all scarred on top? Someone told me it's from calcium deficiency, but I know these aren't calcium deficient because of the way I treated it when I planted them. And another person says that they are sunspots from being exposed to the sun, so they're not being shaded enough. So there's 2 different views on that. Let me see if I can find the Carolina. Those are Golden Wonders. But I always leave the tags in the ground next to them so I can remember what they are. Hopefully you're being able to see good. So that right there, you can tell it's a sunspot on there because it's right in the sun, right where it hits in the hot of the day. This is the only reason why I haven't done local manure. Is if you do it, you have to make sure that whoever you're getting the graze or your manure from doesn't buy hay or grain that was treated with Grazon, because Grazon is a chemical that will destroy your soil. And so, yes, local manure is good. If you do that, make sure it doesn't have Grazon in it, because it'll ruin your soil for up to 4 years. You have to do all kinds of things to get it out. But anyway, so there's the crop of peppers. And if you can see the basil, can you see all those flowers on there? This is going to walk a little bit more slower. I'm trying to move the camera slowly because all right, so can you see all the flowers on the basil? Been a little bit of a slacker because I've had a hornet problem. Now that I've got them under control, the bees don't scare me, the hornets scare me, because bees don't usually attack you, but I got to come clip off all of these flowers that you see right in there, so you can get out of the sun. They'll all need to be cut back to about right there to get all the flowers off, or else they'll start thinking they're done, and they'll, I just got lightheaded. They'll start to think it's done, the plant will start to die. Because they'll think it's done with its life cycle, if that makes sense. Oh, you were answering a text? Oh, my bad. It's called Grazon. I think it's G-R-A, so S-O-N, Grazon. I did a video on it. You can look and go see. It's like 30 seconds. I just did a short on it. Sorry, I didn't realize you were responding to someone else. That's my bad. But anybody who does any kind of gardening, make sure it's not in there, because the cows don't break it down. All right, guys. Our next little adventure we have here. Yes, the Grazon will be in the cow poo because they eat the grain. So Grazon is a product that they use to treat broadleaves in grain, like grasses and grain type stuff. So it kills all the broadleaf, but what happens is the plant still lives, so all the grass and grain lives. The animal, cow, goat, sheep, whatever, eats the grain or the grass. Their stomach does not break it down, so they poop it out. And so the manure is filled with Grazon. So if you have broad leaves or anything like that, plants, it'll kill your plants and they will not grow. And I think there's a guy, David the Good. He's a forest gardener, and I think he has some really good videos on it as well. And there's another guy, I can't remember his name, but anyway, guys, here's the pumpkin patch. And these are all from wild seeds. These just come back every year. And so they kind of adapt to my environment. You see in here, got some big ones already coming on, so they're not ready to be ready to pick for a couple months. And look how big he already is. That one's kind of smaller, right? I've actually got all my clothes on today because I've got to come out and figure out what's getting into this plant, because you can see it's turning yellow and I don't see any bugs. So I've got to climb in the center of there, and pumpkins are very prickly and it hurts like hell. And forever slow down. For whatever reason, I react to the little stickers. I don't know if you can see them on the plant with this phone or not. They have little barbs on it and they get into my skin, and I for some reason will get like a staph infection from it. There's another huge one. That one's a lot bigger than the other one. So something in that area, I don't know if you can see that discoloration, something in there is either a bug or it's something. So I got to figure out what it is and treat it before it kills the whole plant. And I'm excited to make pumpkin bread. I'm going to try to preserve the stuff on the inside of it. I'm having a brain fart. And make pumpkin pie, pumpkin bread, pumpkin cookies. We'll experiment. So then I've got a bunch of wild tomatoes growing in between there. I didn't pick them because I was curious to see how they would do if they were mixed with pumpkins. They do need a lot of light, so I'm not sure if they'll produce a lot of fruit or not. All right, so over here, for those who watched, one of our last videos was the tomatillo plants. And there's 2 of them. And you need 2 of them to grow. So when you see a tomatillo plant, there's like a shell. It's like, oh my gosh, they're just little husks of a shell. But then when you find one, what happens is that shell is hollow. And then on the inside is a little node. So I'll pick one off and just show you. See if this will have one inside of it. So you have a tomatillo plant right there, right? So it just produces a shell. And on the inside of it, can you see that? So the fruit grows on the inside of the shell. And the shell stays there and kind of protects it from everything. Ooh, it's kind of sticky too. And then it fills it out. So like right now, that one's getting pretty tough. And then when it starts to split on the bottom, it's ready to be picked. Yes, pumpkin meat. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. And then we have the tomatoes, which there's tons of tomato plants because I love salsa and spaghetti sauce. So I pretty much have everything in my garden to make everything organic. So when I eat salsa, I don't get like that acidy burden in your stomach like some people get. I came through and picked a bunch of tomatoes the other night because it rained so much that I didn't want them to split. You see, those are smaller. These are beef steaks that are kind of on the small side. The tomatoes aren't doing quite as well as they normally do. However, the first of my growing season, they're always kind of small. And then as the summer goes on, they get bigger. However, we've had a very, very, very moist or wet summer and spring. So they've got lots of water and the temperatures were cooler, and tomatoes like the heat. So I don't know if that's it or if I've done something different, but time will tell. But so there's a ton on there just about ready to be picked. And there can you see how good they look. Trying to see if I can find any that split from the water because it rained so hard. I try to get most of them picked. See how that one's split at the top? You see that right there? People will look at that and think, oh, I don't want to buy that. It's bad. It's not bad. Oh, there's another split on the other side. So you can see it next to that grasshopper. So you see that right there? So the other day it was split. And if you were to pick it when it's split like that, you either have to eat it that day or they'll rot. If you leave it on the vine, it'll heal. See if we can find one that's starting to heal yet. I don't know if you will see the difference. They're all looking pretty good. I've been trying really hard not to overwater them this year. When they're green, it's kind of hard to overwater them. Well, you can overwater them, but you just watch the leaves and just pay attention to whether they're turning yellow. If your tomato leaves are starting to turn yellow, then you're watering them too much, if that makes sense. And then I just noticed this just now today. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see this, how those leaves are all dead like that on the ends? Okay, so what that is that's mold. And so I'll have to come out later and cut all that off because the wind will spread that and other insects will spread it. And that's always a risk when you plant tomatoes next to raspberries because they're prone to that mildew. And so that'd be right next to there. All the bugs will spread it here. But if I don't cut this out, the grasshoppers, the wind, bees, they'll spread it to other plants and it'll give it, so they call it the blight too, but that's what it looks like at the start of it. If I cut that out, I could probably get it under control. And after I cut it out, I'll spray it with neem seed oil. Yeah, some tomato plants will turn normal, the leaves and stuff like that. But so down here, you can tell where I've kind of, maybe those have gotten too much water. Well, it's either too much water or underwatered. I don't think it's the too much water. I mean, underwatered. But yeah, some varieties do have more of a yellow leaf, and you do need to know which one. Beefsteaks don't, and Romas don't. All right, so there's that. I'm going to show you the waterfall. I showed people the other night at nighttime, but so that's pretty much, I don't know if you can see. So this is pretty much the garden. It's all kind of organized, and I keep it very maintained because it's just pretty. And I haven't been out here in the last week very much because I've had a huge wasp and hornet infestation, and they have been attacking me every time I come outside. I think I finally got it under control. And there's my strawberries. I need to come in here and cut out all this dead stuff. Something's eating it. The other day, the baby ducks came through the fence and ate all of the strawberries, all in one swoop. Oh yeah, these tomatoes get really huge. You can see them better on this side. So beefsteaks get really big. But for whatever reason, well, it's not for whatever reason. I think it seems like the first batch I get are usually on the smaller side, and then the second batch that come through are much bigger. There's quite a few. Probably need to pick them tomorrow. I've just been keeping an eye on them. Okay, finally I can see without the sun in my face. All right, so those were here the other night. Show you the waterfall, and then I'll let you get on with your day. So this is the back corner of the garden, and there's lights in there that light up at night, which is kind of fun. And then this is the top of the waterfall. So up in here is all the rocks. I like to do like I collect fairies every year. So there's one of my fairies. You see that? It's part of a little fairy collection. The bridge. There's some fairies in here because I just think they're cute. So there's the waterfall while it's actually running. The water's not quite as clear as it normally is. I need to go through. I clean the pond twice a year, and this is the time where it needs to be cleaned again. But there's the little cute little fairy house. A fairy in the pond. No, I looked at them. They're not the furry kind. I looked at it, and I think they're They're not hornets, they're wasps. Like I got it, I looked up which kind of nest they build. They're definitely wasps. I don't bother with the fuzzy bees, honeybees, and little fuzzy meat bees and stuff. They don't bother you unless you're going after them. Wasps are just assholes. They go out and they just bite you. See how cute the little fairies are? Little froggy over there. Got the flowers. Let's see if the turtles are at play. I did find all 3 of the turtles the other night, which was good. Probably have to turn off the pond for you to see them, but there's one. Someone down there. The other one running here. But so yeah, that's the garden and all the work that you guys watched to participate in. Let me give you one more angle. Oh, they're awful. It wouldn't be so bad if I didn't start having an allergic reaction to them. Like I used to get bit when I was little, and it was like, I got bit, whatever. But now I swell to the point of pain where my foot sweats. This is this plant right here is really pretty. It has big, bright red leaves on it, and I'm having a brain fart as to what it's called. Starts with an S. Oh, but I just trimmed it back and cut off all the dead stuff, and now they're already growing flowers. So this will have big bushes. It's a lily. Sorry, it's a lily. But that's the angle of it. Just got a nice, peaceful sound. And at nighttime, you can just see all the plants out there. These are tiger lilies. I don't like them when they're not producing flowers anymore, so I'll cut them down and cut them back quite a bit. Okay, this will look cool if we lights up at night. There's 3 shells for snail. There's more fairies in there. But anyway, so all those people who watch me do all this stuff. Oh, that's so scary, Dark Omen. Do you have to have an EpiPen with you or not? I know it was sad I wasn't able to sit out by the pond I couldn't sit outside last week because there was, I kid you not, there was probably over 1,000 bees just swarming every single day through the trees. Oh yeah, that big huge umbrella tree right there. So it's almost 2 stories tall, at least a story tall. They like to just swarm in there and eat the leaves. Like you can just see them flying around in there. So spray the crap out of that tree with, I tried soap and vinegar. I don't know if it worked or not. There's not quite as many bees though. Yeah, I either have an EpiPen with you or always have some Benadryl with you, I would say. All right, let me turn this camera back around and I'll say goodbye to y'all. I always forget how to turn this off, but I'll just sit down for a minute. It's in the shade. Feels nice and good. Yeah, I would for sure have some Benadryl in your truck and put it on immediately. Like I treated mine right away. I put charcoal, baking soda with some lemon oil and some almond oil, and it helped like throughout the day. But as soon as I washed it off and I slept at night, the next day my ankle was like twice the size of my other ankle. It was crazy. Smart. I'm glad you keep that on hand. Do you just rub the tobacco on the outside of your leg? Is that what you do? I never even heard of that. That's smart. What did I do? I think I went inside and looked for poison right away and tried to spray them during the daytime, so mine, I guess I can show you where they came out. I've got to fix this crack. Whoever built our house did a really terrible job with all of the cement work. So a lot of it's going to have to be redone. Let me show you real quick where it came out. I wish this was easier to flip around like it is. So if you can see this crack right here, so this needs to be dug up and redone. I filled it with the Quikrete, but apparently the hole was so much bigger. But I put 2 huge bottles of Quikrete in there, and there's still a big crack. But I think at least I've covered most of them up for now. Like I said, I'll dig it up, but just to get the wasps under control. Oh, it does draw the venom out. Well, I'm gonna have to try that. So this will be dug up, but for now, just to keep the bees from coming up and biting me, I just filled it with a Quikrete, and 2 bottles didn't even phase it. Got a cute little plant there. Geranium, got some peppermint. And I know this ivy stuff, I love the covering of it, but that stuff is literally an infestation waiting to happen. I mean, the bees love it. Well, they love to go eat it and bring it to their nest and their home. But this is just where I get to sit. I feel like the connection did this connection just get really blurry for you guys? Because it looks like it did on my end. So it's got lots of bandwidth. Well, I'm gonna have to try go get some and put some in the cupboard then for next time. Hi, USMC. I missed you. I didn't see you come in. If I missed anybody. All right, I think I got everyone in the chat. You grow did you need to say any type? Yes, that is a downside. So I could not plant these beautiful flowers and I could just deal with it, but I like the flowers. What I didn't do was stay on top of the wasps building the nests in the eaves before they got out of control. These ones are purple. I don't know. These are just regular irises, and I still got to trim. Can you see the tops? I need to go through and trim all the tops of those off. I've slacked out here. Been a little bit busy. Usually I'm on top of all that stuff, like those little branches that are coming off the bottom of the tree. I like the way they look at first when they start to grow because it just adds character to the pond. But this is about the height I get when I cut them all off. I don't know what all type of irises grow. I think a lot of them grow well here in Utah. Well, thank you for stopping by to say hi. I appreciate it. It's crazy. So because I'm in locals and I'm on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube, everyone has a different username on each platform. So if I don't know you from a different platform, say hi somewhere else. Oh, hi, Julian. Did you just barely get in here? I tried to tell you I was going to go live earlier, but you weren't responding to any of my messages. Oh, you're fine. You'll just have to go back and look. Take everybody on a tour of everything. But it's kind of cool during the daytime. Mine's this. Well, yeah, I have the same across everywhere too. You'll join everyone on YouTube. Love it. I'm gonna turn my camera back around, guys. Unless you guys want to just sit and look at the pond while I talk to you, because it's fun to look at. But I hope you had a good day. There's people walking down the street. I guess I should try to get them in the camera, huh? I wonder if that's the ducks. Oh, I'm gonna show you the freaking duck. She lets these ducks come into my yard. Hold on. They're gonna sneak in here. You're gonna see it live. Look at so Mama Duck's gonna sit up there and protect them. Look at this. Don't really care if they go into pumpkin plants and eat the bugs. Go nuts. But her two little babies are hanging at the back of there. You see them? Oh, the camera's not. Do you see them? Those little bastards went and ate all the raspberries yesterday. Now they're going to try to sneak in between. So they're going to go down and they're going to try to sneak in those pepper plants. Look, oh, they'll keep the ducks out and they can fit through those slats. See, she knows. She got mad at me and tried to bite me the other day. But she's only got 2 babies left, so she must have. Oh, dang it. I wish I could zoom in from this stupid app. So the only thing I don't like about StreamYard is I can't zoom in for you to see. Which plant are you talking about? In the back corner. Tell me when I get there. See it yet? Oh, the big palm tree outside? The palm? Oh, the ones that were inside the house. Oh, yeah, those ones are cool. I can't shoot them because this is protected land back there. See, now they're going to go through. I don't really care if they go in this part, I don't think. Because back there, they're just eating bugs. Since it rained, there's some bugs out there. But I don't want her eating my corn. Look at how cute they are. She's like, okay, I'll leave. But she's a good mama duck. She protects them pretty good. The geese have finally started leaving my stuff alone, which is very nice. I think they finally moved on. Yeah, I know which houseplant you're talking about now. Yes, I know exactly which one you're talking about. I like that one. But their plants are fun. Plants, for me, relieve so much of my stress. And I think me not being able to work in the yard last week because of the doggo, if I could have worked outside, I could have just like got one with nature and kind of just like been able to relax. But because I couldn't work outside, it was just like, I don't know, like an overwhelming sadness that working outside for some reason kind of cures that for me. That's a ditch or a canal. So west of my house, there's a bunch of farmland and farmers. So that ditch supplies all the farmers. But well, guys, I'm gonna turn this around one last time, and then I'm gonna say goodbye. Yeah, plants. There's just something about them. It's the energy that is healing, that is calming. They actually put off like different plants put off vibrations. It's really weird, and that's why I was telling you not to put plants in your bedroom because they put off energy and they can keep you awake at night, which I didn't know, which is really weird. I'm flipping camera real quick. Hold on. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me today. I really wanted to, here, I'm gonna sit right here on the ground. You can see the cute waterfall behind me. But you guys were all with me through pulling weeds and the different things that I did to the yard, and I thought you guys should have an update. And then once things start coming in, I'm gonna show you how to hopefully make salsa, spaghetti sauce. And if there's other things you guys want to learn how to make, we can just do like an either weekend afternoon stream, or when you guys have like a time off, we can just do a stream and make a list of things you need to buy, and we can just hang out and do it. 10 hours? Oof, it's a lot of hours. Yes, I'll do the bread one first. I'll dig out my recipe, and it makes, I think, 5 to 6 loaves. So just so you know, but you can freeze it. And it's my mom's recipe, and it's really healthy. I'm sorry that camera's kind of shaky. This is how terrified I am of hornets right now, that I'm dressed like an Eskimo. Oh, good. What are all those? Those are cute, Julian. You guys are amazing, and thanks for all of your support. And if you guys have questions, I'm going to start doing like a documentary movie night once a week. It's either going to be Sunday or Monday, and I want to try to do it like 7, I think, my time, which is 9 on the East Coast, kind of so everyone can kind of come hang out. So I'm going to start doing those. Hopefully this Sunday I'll be able to do that, just to kind of change things up. And I'm going to do those on Rumble only. So I'm at Talk with Sally on Rumble, on Twitter, and on YouTube, and on Twitch. I wasn't able to change my name after I had my account created, and I didn't want to have to try to create another one. So it's now I'm Sally P78. Yeah, it'll be 8 your time. So anyway, guys, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for hanging out while we did this garden stuff. So I will see you guys all soon.